Hey everybody, and welcome to a very special post-BB season show with your favorite Haleigh. We have so much to get to on this show. Let me let you guys know a few quick things first. If you miss any of our previous shows, they are over at yourrealityrecaps.com/BB20. You can see the shows with the past house guests that we've already done over there. Caitlin, Scottie, Rachel, I'm forgetting other people, but they're all over there, as well as flashback times and everything from the season. You guys right now are watching on YouNow, so become a fan here. It's totally free to become a fan. You get alerted every time we go live. You can leave your questions in the chat room. As well, we're doing shows all year long. So many of you are like, oh, it's over now that Big Brother's over. Guys, we're talking reality TV every night. So make sure you become a fan on YouNow so you don't miss any of that. Number one fan on this show, I'm loving Haleigh for this. Haleigh will give the number one fan on this show either an autograph or a Skype call, whichever one you want, number one fans on this show. Lastly, if you want to help support everything that we do here, consider becoming a patron, yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. You get access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways, weekly shows, and of course, that's where the after shows will be for all of the house guests, including the one we're doing with Haleigh right after this show. Or if you want to thank the live feed updaters and all the people who brought you all the content this season, you can always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. That being said, we have got to go to the lady that you all have been dying to hear from. It's Haleigh!
Hello!
Haleigh, how
everyone?
How are you?
I'm so good. I'm just glad to be back home right now.
You are glad to be back home. You are back in the real world.
Yes, I'm alive. I made it. I drove a car today. Things are crazy. It's getting wild.
It's getting wild because, Haleigh, I have a question to ask you.
What?
Is this how you act in real life? I didn't want to bring it up yet.
No.
I didn't want to bring it up yet, Haleigh, but it's like you gave me the perfect intro for it. You gave me the perfect lead-in for it.
I do. This is how I act in real life.
I love it.
Oh, no.
I love it, Haleigh. All right, so let me remind everybody right now in the chat room, we are going to take your guys' questions live. This show is all about you, Haleigh's fans, asking your questions. So, Haleigh, I'm going to be bombarding you in a minute.
I am so prepared for this.
All right, I want to let everybody know, go ahead, share the show so that everybody knows that we are live right now. And, of course, become a fan so that you can start putting your questions in the chat room. Now, Haleigh.
Yes.
I am going to try and help you out
by
getting I'll fix that 1 second. By getting to the question that I think most people are going to want to know, and that's what's going on with you and
How did I
Fessy.
know? How did I know?
I'm going to give you full screen to answer it while I go fix my light, because live show, here you go. What's going on with you and Fessy?
Lights off.
Go.
Okay, well, Fessy and I are great. We're actually going together to Canada this weekend. Very pumped about that. And then I'm going to be in Orlando all week next week. His birthday's coming up. So yeah, we're doing good. I don't like to post a lot about like my own personal relationships just because social media is invasive to begin with. Right. So when you go and add so many different opinions and this one wants you to say this about him, why aren't you posting about him? Or is something wrong? Like everything's fine, but I just don't want people. I feel like that's a private aspect of everyone's life. And so I'm not really, I think Fessy's great. I really adore him, and we will post our first couple picture in Canada. It is guaranteed.
Really? First couple?
Yeah, don't freak out.
Okay, now, Haleigh, I have the perfect solution for you.
What?
Why don't you instead, like if you want to go incognito, I can just simply put you right into your hacker outfit.
Yes,
Boom.
I love this.
Done. You do not need
Mm,
to worry about anything. I have fixed it all for you, Haleigh. You can just
that's
be
great.
incognito in your
That's
hacker
perfect.
outfit.
Perfect.
No,
Love it.
I don't at all mean to make fun like of the fans,
No.
but it was for me. I was just like, what is the number one question? Everyone's like, what's going on with Haleigh and Fessy? Can you tell them I
Yes,
love them? Are they the best? What do they
I
look like
know.
kissing? I want to know all
Oh,
about it. And I'm like, you guys, pump the
yes.
brakes.
Yeah.
Pump the brakes, but we love it. We love it. Of course, everybody is going to be super excited and rooting for
Yes.
your relationship because they feel
I
invested.
love it. They do. And then I have to put in perspective, they watched all 3 months. So they
Right.
they know just as much as I do and are just as invested as I am.
Right.
So I'm gonna give the fans a little bit of more comfort this Friday when I finally get to see him.
Exactly. All right,
Yeah.
so let me start going into some of your questions. I'm going to take this one from BB Boston, and she says, Haleigh, how come you didn't talk to the live feeders more and let us know what you were doing at times being a fan of the show?
I never watched live feeds, so I underestimated how many people were actually invested to the live feeds.
Mm-hmm.
And I never knew when the cameras were on for the live feed, so I didn't want to be like a crazy person talking to a camera that no one's watching.
Right.
And the one conversation I did talk to the camera, I think made it on the show about me saying we are the worst house guest ever. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I
I wish I would have.
But I mean, you're not talking to no one.
Yeah,
You're talking
true.
to us. You're talking to the live feeders.
Yeah.
I think, I don't think it's any surprise to you that like you, the hive, like you guys were very much the heart of the show. You were the person that you were the people
We
that
were the
most of us were
people.
rooting for. Sometimes you're the
Yeah.
people that we threw water bottles at the screen and we were pulling
Sometimes
our
we're the
hair
people
at.
that can't get anything right.
You said it.
Yeah.
Let me take this question from New Jersey girl who wants to know, when you got the crap app, did it change how you played the game? Or did you think, it could be worse. I could be from Long Island. She's making fun of me, Haleigh,
Oh
because I'm
yeah.
from Long
I,
Island.
I get it. I get it.
So, what did you think when you had your Hamlet
Oh,
crap app?
I thought it could be worse. I thought Fessy's was the absolute worst. Look at this.
Yeah?
Look at this. I haven't even seen this.
Oh, you haven't?
Oh my God, no.
Oh, it was great. It was
Yeah.
great.
I was honestly concerned. Well, because I didn't know what the questions were or what it was based off of. So I was like, oh my God, America hates me. And then I just put into perspective, like, well, I can't change it. So I might as well give the best Hamlet performance that I can.
Right.
Yeah, but no, it didn't change my game. It made me a little sad for like an hour. And then I just, like, whatever, got over it.
Okay. Annie says Tyler made his not using a power app as a selling point of why he should win BB. Did that impress you, and is that the reason that you got his vote? Because we saw you say, I didn't make up my mind until, hearing everything tonight at finale. So was that a factor? And if not, what were the factors?
So that definitely factored in. I wouldn't say it was a huge one, but just knowing he didn't even need the safety he was given
Right.
was 100% like, wow, I wish I would have had safety for, what was it, like 61 days, or maybe 50 something. But just knowing, and no one knew. No one in the house knew. There wasn't a rumor going about it. He kept it to himself and didn't even need to use it. And so it definitely played in. But I also, when we were at the round table, we were giving Tyler a lot of credit. And so my thing was, I wanted to see how much credit he gave himself at finale. Because I'm like, what if we're sitting here giving him all of this credit and he doesn't even know what he did in the game? So I wanted to see how much he credited himself, and I wanted to see what he thought he accomplished.
Okay.
And I mean, he said exactly what I expected him to. And it was a hard, hard decision. Everyone's asked me about it. Everyone has. And it's something I went back and forth with all week. It was hard.
I mean, I even know, myself included, have said, bitter jury on many seasons. But I'm also one to say, I don't think, you can't really call it a bitter jury because people are reacting to how you made them feel and what
Exactly.
you did in the game. So you have to, we can't always just say it's bitter jury. We have to have
Yeah,
people take responsibility for how they, play the game or made
exactly.
people feel in the game, which is just as important. Southern Girl, Jen wants to know, and a ton of people have asked this, any chance of you and Fessy doing Amazing Race? Would you want to do Amazing Race?
I don't know. I would be so very excited to do Amazing Race. I watched the season Jess and Cody were on.
Right.
But before that, I wasn't like a huge fan or had never seen any episodes, but I think it would be super cool. Do I think Fessy and I would just fight the whole time and get lost? Probably. But yeah, it would definitely be fun.
It would be wonderful to see that. I mean, you being so young in this game, I never would have known. Watching you
Really?
play and navigate through this game with honestly such like maturity and just great gameplay from, like, I have to just remind myself, God, Haleigh is like just out of college, the way you're maneuvering situations through this game. And I think that endeared like a lot of people to you as well. Do you feel your age, like a bunch of people, and do you feel your age kind of help you or hurt you at all in the game?
That is one thing I said. If I could do it over, I would do it 2 years from now. Just to give me, because I am 21. I do make rash decisions. I don't always think things all the way through. So if I could go back, I would probably get a couple more years of maturity just on me as far as decision making goes, and just little things I think I could have changed to help my game. So I think my age did hurt me a little bit. I tried my best to just compose myself and, handle myself as a mature person. But I mean, who's an adult? Who's the adult in the house to follow?
Who's the adult in your house to follow? That is a good question.
Yeah.
Let's go with Steve, but Steve's
Yeah.
gone.
Steve,
Steve.
yeah. He was the adult. He was a good adult.
All right, let me take this question from BB Superfan. Who would you have put up had you beaten Tyler in the disc comp?
Had I beaten Tyler, I would have probably, because Casey was, I don't want to say I would have put Casey back up, but I think I would have put her next to Angela because she was on a hot streak. And then I would have tried to backdoor Tyler.
You would have continued to...
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, that would have been like my only goal.
See, now that is good to know because I felt like one of Tyler's biggest, mistakes, if you will, in the game was not throwing that to you. I felt like he should have let you do necessarily a little bit of his dirty work that week. I thought you would have remained... No, so you would have...
Well, it wasn't even... It was... I knew there was... In my mind, I thought it was a trio. I thought Angela, Tyler, and Casey were working very closely together. And then I was under the impression that JC, Brett, and Sam were working with them, but were working under them.
Right.
So I definitely would have went for the top three. I would have went for one of them, and I would have been happy with just getting one of them out. And I know it wouldn't have lasted me in the long run because I realize, it's me against several people at this point.
Well, now, this was one of the moments, Haleigh, where I was losing my mind.
Which one?
When everybody is in the rainbow outfit and everybody has the hats on with the 6, and you're like, hey guys, cool outfits. Why you got the 6 on your hat? And I'm like, Haleigh, for the love of God, Haleigh, please put this together. And I mean, you guys did kind of know it.
Yeah, we kind of did.
But, let's say in that moment, it would have all, really were like, oh my God, Concrete, they are working together. Do you feel like you would have been able to maneuver anything differently?
No. I think they were so solidified. And so I don't know how early they formed, but they worked flawlessly together. And that is one thing I will say. Like, level 6 is a good alliance. They killed the entire season. So they worked well together. They were lucky. They won comps. They're all very athletic, very intelligent. So they had, good favors, like good fortune in their favor. Like, we couldn't catch a break. We also couldn't get any game move right. So, no, I don't think, even if I had 100% in my mind, there's a 6-person alliance, which I was assuming, but I thought Scottie might have been a part of it. So I didn't know anything. But even if I had solidified in my mind the 6, there's no way I could have worked my way in. The only thing I could have done is maybe plant a little bit of distrust somewhere in there. But then it's like, where do you even go to plant that, and who do you plant it against? So there's so many different factors in play. I was just trying to hang on and keep myself above water.
All right, now, perfect. So speaking about water, Senile Old Broad wants to know, do you think that Brett would have gotten so upset when you sprayed him with water that day?
Okay. No, I was not. I thought it would be funny. And no, I thought he was a jokester, and I was like, I'll joke with him. And then he joked back and hurt my feelings, and I was done with the whole situation. But no, I was not expecting him to be that upset, and I think I still owe him an apology. Poor Brent.
No, don't go with apology. Don't go. No, he doesn't get an apology. And I loved me some Brett in the house, but he does not get an apology for that one.
Yeah. I didn't even get him. He ran away before I could get him with the water.
He is so dramatic.
I know. Drama.
Melanie S. in the chat wants to know, how did it feel to know that you made top 3 of America's favorite? That you just missed it.
Oh my God. Okay, so in the house, you have no concept. You don't know how people are reacting. And keep in mind, I got the crap app week 3. So I'm thinking, everyone hates me. There's no reason to even consider that. And then I hear Julie say my name. I wanted to pass out. I literally wanted to pass out on stage. I was trying to stay composed. But yeah, it was awesome. It's I'm super grateful, and I don't even know who to thank. I guess thanks America.
America.
Yeah, it was so cool.
We have a lot of questions from people like Janet L. I'm going to take it from Robert K. wants to know, Haleigh, when you got drunk, did you know that you suggested for Scottie to go up? And then I'm just going to say the ... other part is a lot of people saying our favorite moments were you and JC drinking in the HOH room and all of the, craziness that would come out of that. So let's start with, did you realize that you had mentioned that Scottie should go up in that moment? And
yes, okay. I didn't. Let me just, I remember all of it. I knew, so there was a conversation Fessy and I had before all that downstairs in the geometry room. And we had talked about, he wanted to put 2 guys up for sure. And JC was suggesting it, and I didn't want to sit there and argue with both of them. And yeah, I definitely did. But then, I tried my best to try to steer it in a different direction. But yeah, I remember doing it.
Okay. Do you, now again, I'm going to take this from Anne in chat. This is, again, probably one of the things I'm sure you're almost sick of talking about now. But Anne wants to know, do you regret telling everyone that you won the hacker power?
No, I do not. No, I don't. I've been asked this a lot. So yes, I know how I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
I did it because there were so many different factors being played into that week. And I knew myself, I would not be able to watch her go out of that house and think that I didn't give her every fair chance. Because Bailey, I love her now. I loved her then. And I knew she and I would have a relationship outside of the house. And so, game aside, it wasn't fair to watch her, suffer, be in pain, and to I guess like she didn't even know how to campaign because she didn't know who she could talk to, because what if the person cancels a vote she had? And so I wanted to give her the most fair playing field that I could. And my conscience, like my soul, my inside hurt. Like it every night, every morning I woke up sick to my stomach until I said it. And then when I had the hacker meeting, I was like, wow, I feel great.
Well, here's what I'm going to say then, because I think that goes right back to what I said in the beginning. I think that is why, for a lot of people, you were the heart of this show, because you were willing to do that. That being said, Haleigh, I'm going to have to scrub your conscience clean for when you play again, because Haleigh, you will play again.
We'll see.
We're removing that aspect. Look, I love Bailey. Do not get me wrong. I love Bailey in this game. I love Bailey the person. I love everything about Bailey. But no, we are not jeopardizing our games for anybody else. This is a game, and no, Haleigh, it is Big Brother. It is not fair.
Fine.
You did
I will
Haleigh.
take your... Fine.
We got to see the real kind human that Haleigh is this season. Next time, no, you have to split through.
Okay, fine. Now everyone knows.
Now everybody, and Haleigh, look, $500,000 to buy a lot of therapy.
You're so right.
It
You're
can
so
buy
right.
a lot of group therapy.
But
a lot
even with that, okay, let's say I didn't. Let's say I didn't come out. I never said anything about it.
Okay.
There's still a 6-person alliance in the house that is against me.
True.
I'm still going to have a really bad HOH week after that. Fessy's still probably not going to do exactly what I want him to do for his OHOH. So it's
probably not.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
No, I mean, you're right. I mean, we'll never know. We're always going.
Yeah,
it's
hindsight's 2020.
Right. You can't play the what if game and try and change around Big Brother after the fact. Carigo wants to know, and you actually got this a bunch of places, including Twitter, but what was your favorite and least favorite comps to compete in this season?
That's so hard. Okay, so probably my least favorite was the Zingalago.
Okay.
Because we cleaned for hours, and I mean like really cleaned. We had to all come together for that.
Right.
So the aftermath of that one was terrible. And then God, my favorite comp, I really liked Otev. I wish it would have had a different ending, obviously, but yeah, Otev was cool.
Was there like any moment, you know, when Scottie came back into the house where you thought, this is someone that I need to figure out how to work with and stick to working with him to get you to the end? Or did you think that Scottie was just going to go right back out? So, you know. No,
by the time, so Scottie and I didn't have literally maybe, I want to say less than a day or two in the house before we were on the block next to each other. So at that point, you know, I knew he and I needed to figure things out, but I also knew depending on the veto, it wouldn't matter. Right. So I just tried to enjoy my last few days. Once I realized we're stuck on the block, you know, I just enjoyed my last few days with Scottie. But yeah, had we both stayed in the house, I would have definitely pursued that, because Scottie's a competitor and he's one of my best friends. He was in the house. And so, yeah, I definitely would have.
Okay. Nicole wants to know, with all of the house guests that came into the house this season to host comps or to get engaged, who is your favorite? Who is your favorite that came into the house, and who is your favorite that you've met now that the season is over? So we know you guys were in Vegas and doing all that stuff. So who is your favorite in the house, and who were you super excited to meet after?
So I've said this in all my interviews before, Derek. I am a diehard Derek fan. I think everything about him is awesome. So meeting him, because I've been a big fan, and he was season 16, so it was a couple years ago. Meeting him was insane, but I'm also a really big Nicole fan. So I can't even say and Paul and Josh, I love, Josh and I got really close in Vegas and stuff. So outside of the house, me and him are really close, but so are Derek and I now. So, and Nicole and me I don't know. I love all of these people.
I have to say, Haleigh, you know what Derek would not do?
What?
Out himself as the hacker.
Okay, fine.
I'm
You're
gonna text you
right.
and go, did you regret the hacker now? Okay.
Yeah.
I want to take a question over from Twitter from NDD123 who wants to know,
Okay.
Haleigh, the first 6 weeks were really tough. Who did you really think were flipping the votes? So did you suspect for one that JC was one of the flipped votes?
I did okay, so let's just go through the weeks. I
Right.
knew Caitlin flipped week 1.
Okay.
I knew Scottie was, because he told everyone week 2. Week 3, who was week 3? Was it Brett and Winston?
Yes,
Yes.
Winston
It
was
was
third
Brett and
out.
Winston. So on that, I thought maybe JC, and then I thought maybe Caitlin and Tyler got together and flipped.
Mm-hmm.
I knew whoever did it was working together in my mind. And then I was even, because you get so paranoid, I'm like, maybe Rockstar and Bailey are conspiring against all of us and they
Right.
wanted.
Maybe.
So, yeah. So, no, I never had I suspected JC for a lot of things.
Right.
Because he is sneaky, he is quiet, and if you watch Game of Thrones, I compare him to Spider.
Right.
So, yeah, I suspected him for a lot of different things, for the flip votes, for being in Fessy's ear, and because Bailey and I saw how much influence JC had on Fessy. So
Right.
that's a part of the reason her HOH, she wanted to take him out. So no, I didn't know for sure. I had a good idea, but I didn't ever exactly like, this is what happened. I know it is 100%. Nothing was concrete until we got out of the house. And then I'm like, great. Yeah, I knew it. I knew the whole time.
Have you, a lot of people asking, have you watched any of the episodes back? Do you want to watch the episodes back?
No, I have not watched any of the episodes. I learned I don't like hearing myself talk. So I don't want to watch any of the episodes. Also, like, me and all the house guests have such, like, we're all so good.
Right.
So I don't want to go through there and listen to some DR session that JC gave or Caitlin or Fessy, like, just theoretically.
Right.
And then I'm instantly just mad, knowing it's a game and this is a
Yeah.
show. But, you know, because I lived it. That was my summer. I don't need to watch it again in my mind. But maybe in a couple months I'll come around to it.
So you're not interested to see at all, like, what was this person really doing behind? No.
No, I don't even want to know.
I think you will be later on. And again, I think a great way for some people to watch it is to watch it backwards. Because
That's a good, yeah.
Because then you start with your eviction, but you end on, like, the happiest point, like, coming into the house. But, I mean, some people don't like watching
That's a good
it that way.
point.
But
Fessy and I had talked about maybe watching a few episodes when we're together. Just
Right.
because we want to watch the veto episode and we want to watch, like, when we both won HOH. And
right.
so, yeah, we
You should.
talked about it.
You should. Look, if I were you, I would be more careful of people, like, sending you clips to try and make you mad at people.
Exactly.
I would be more worried about, like, not clicking on that or watching that, but I'm sure you have thousands of people in the chat room right now. I don't feel like there was really anything that was horribly bad. Like, I think you and Fessy got great edits. Again, you guys being I think the person that most people were rooting for. And what I forgot to say at the beginning of the show, speaking of Fessy, was everyone, yes, Fessy will be here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So you guys can ask all your questions to Fessy tomorrow night at 7 p.m. right here. So again, make sure you guys become a fan so you're alerted when Fessy goes live. Natalie B wants to know, what did Fessy say to you when he realized that you were not the flip vote? Did he ever, like, apologize and say...
I think it was something like, I knew it wasn't you the whole time. Yeah, no, I never got a solid apology on that. And now that you bring it up, I think I deserve one. So you should ask him tomorrow.
So what I'm hearing is that when we are done with this show, we're going to record a quick 30-second video question for Fessy's show, where we will blindside him once again.
That's absolutely correct.
Let's
Absolutely correct.
blindside Fessy on his
I
show
love
tomorrow.
it. Who
Perfect.
flipped?
We'll do it. Who flipped? Herb again in the chat room wants to know, with everything that you know, or maybe not know completely right now, is there any one specific thing that you would do differently if you could do it over again?
Yes, I would have tried my best to get in an alliance with Casey, the winner, because then maybe she would have sprinkled some of her winning energy on me and like taken me with her. No, I think if I would do anything different, it would be, I think we all drew sides very early.
Right.
And we all kind of chose, our own paths.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I could go back and do it again, I would have kind of been a little more hesitant to even pick a side. I would have probably pulled a JC strategic move and just played the middle until I couldn't anymore, and then made a decision on what I want to do within the game. So yeah, probably just been a little less eager to be in an alliance.
Well, all right, so now let's talk for one moment about that level 6 alliance and what
Yes.
I hope you do. Someone needs to send you this clip, or maybe I will, so you can trust it. Because I like all the fun. We'd like to do comedic recaps around here. Not so much right now, we're taking fan questions, but one of the moments that literally made me laugh out loud was the edited version.
I know what you're about to show me.
Oh no, I'm not going to show you. But I'm just saying, yes, when you walked in on them celebrating.
My hop, my little jump.
And they gave you the little sound effect, like the boing, boing, like they gave you the little sound effect for it. I mean, that really solidified it, because we didn't have feeds, and when the feeds came back on, we saw you, I believe, I forget who you were talking to, but saying, like, I walked in on them celebrating. Probably it was Fessy. So
it was Fessy, yeah.
I think at that point, that what really solidified for you?
Yeah, 100%. Once I saw that and walked in on that, and it was, had they like maybe even include like when I walked in, like grabbed me, high-fived me, it was definitely, once they saw me, they wanted to stop. They were sad that I had seen them, and so it was their reactions and just picking up on that whole situation. Yeah, no, 100%. I was like, well, it's me and Fessy against all of these people at this point.
And I have to say, not that I loved both of your groups for different reasons. However, if we are going to do post-winning celebrations, I am a fan of a Fessy, Haleigh, Rockstar celebration
I loved that.
in a storage room. I loved when you guys would have your celebrations over there. Kentucky girl wants to know Kentucky girl wants to know, why were you so against a showmance with Fessy while you were in the house, even though we could tell that you really liked him? So,
well, I watch this show all the time. Mm-hmm. And you don't see a lot of seasons where showmances are helpful. There are definitely some you could pick out, but I think, number one, they put a bigger target on you because you're no longer seen as one individual player. You are seen as a duo. So you're voting twice. You have twice the amount of influence. You have twice the amount of chance to win HOH. You have twice the amount to win veto. You know what I mean? Right. So it's just, you're seen as a bigger threat, which just all people need is a reason to go after you. And sometimes no one has one. I mean, take Fessy and Scottie, for example. Sometimes you don't even need a reason to go after someone. So when you start giving someone, like, that's a good reason to put two people on the block because we're seen as a duo. And that's why I put Casey and Tangela up, because I saw them as a duo.
Right.
So to be an open showmance, I mean, it put way too big of a target on my back in my mind.
Okay. I want to take this question from Twitter. It's from Wolf and Thief, and he wants to know, do you think that you and Sam will be friends outside the house?
Yeah, I'm sure we will. We text occasionally. Mm-hmm. She lives pretty far, but we're past it. We're past the whole whatever that was situation. We talked about it in the house. We haven't discussed it outside of the house very much, but we have talked. So I think we'll be friends. There's not one person I have any animosity, anger, or anything against that's not positive. So
Right.
yeah, we'll definitely be friends.
See, I see some people say, and like both ways, like going both ways, like that you and Sam had friction in the house. A lot of
Hmm.
the moments that I remember from you and Sam was, which I believed based on the whole Bailey thing, that you were
Hmm.
really genuinely concerned for. I remember you in the have not room being like, game aside, Sam, like I care about you, the person. Are
And I
you
did,
okay?
yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like you were definitely, concerned about Sam and wanting
I
Sam.
was.
Yeah.
And I know because she was having a hard time. We all did. Everyone had moments that were hard. And I game aside, just like I said, I don't think anyone deserves to be going through those human emotions and not be able to even feel like they can talk about them with someone because you're against them or someone's out to get you. So yeah, I care about her as a person, and I did in the house. I do now. So yeah, I definitely think we'll be able to be friends.
Okay. Curtis1981 wants to know, when you and Fessy were on the block, you told him you wanted him to go further than you did in the game.
Yeah.
Were you thinking about were you literally thinking about using the POV on him had you won?
Okay. Probably not. I don't know. Yeah, no, probably not. I just was thinking, as far as comp wins go, I thought he could win more than I could.
Right.
So I thought he would have a better chance if one of us is going to take it. I want the person who has the ability to take it the furthest to stay in the house.
Right.
Was my mindset. But had I won the veto, I don't know what I would have actually done. I probably would have used it on myself because I don't even think Fessy would have like wanted me to use it on him.
I would hope that he wouldn't have wanted
Yeah.
you to use it on you to use it on him. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, I had no shot of winning that veto. Are you joking? Like, is that a joke?
Some of those were insane. Some of
13.
those were the
I got 13 and he got 32.
exactly. Little Big Red says, and now this is very serious, like, I don't want to I know a lot of people are going to be up here, like, asking, oh my god, Haleigh, what about you and Brett in a relationship? What about you and Tyler? I'm not here to ask those questions, Haleigh,
Okay,
because
cool.
I already know the answer, so I'm saying, chat room, you can stop asking those. But the one that I do want to know about Haleigh is coming from Little Big Red, and she wants to know, if you were not seeing Fessy, would you be interested in dating Bob?
Bob. I love Bob. I had no idea where that was going, and I'm so glad this is the direction it went in. Yes, Bob is great. I love Bob. However, Bob did, every morning we had a little tiff because he wakes up much earlier than I want to. So, we had our disagreement.
He could be like the new Alexa. Like, we could have like the
Yeah.
Alexa Bob
Hey,
feature.
Bob.
Or the Siri Bob alarm clock, Little Big
I
Red
love
says.
that.
They
Yeah.
should do
Hey,
it.
Bob.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So maybe. I mean, Fessy better watch out.
Okay. Flynn says, when you first went into the house, who did you think you were going to bond with on a first impression basis?
Okay, is that it?
Well, he was going to say you don't have to say the person if you think it changed, blah, blah. So just who did you think you would bond with first?
So the funniest thing is Rockstar and I, like when we were waiting to go, we're walking up there and me and her just like smiling, and we
Right.
have this joke because she says I captured her soul with my eyes.
Right.
And so immediately I gravitated to her. Her name tag on her bag said Angie. And like a big thing was I was like, how am I going to remember all these names? And so hers was the first name I memorized. And so definitely Rockstar. I knew we would be friends. Who else? That day was such a whirlwind. Caitlin and I connected really, really fast, very quickly.
Okay.
Who Fessy and I really never spoke that first day, but it's like I don't even know who I spoke to that first day.
Well,
It's so
Rockstar.
funny.
I mean, it seems
Yeah.
like your gut reaction was Rockstar
Yeah,
is the person,
Rockstar.
and look,
It was
it
so
did.
funny.
It did work out. Although I will say, speaking of you and Caitlin,
Yes.
one of my top 5 favorite gifts from this season that I used all the time was you
Which one?
and Caitlin.
Oh, I love
bathroom dancing. one of my favorite
I love
ones
that.
from this season. Just watching you two like
I
have
don't even
fun.
remember why we were doing that.
Who knows? Maybe it was a little fartlet song.
I think it maybe was that.
Could have
I couldn't
been.
even tell you what that was for. Like, why were we doing that?
I don't know, but I loved it. I definitely loved it.
I did too.
Barrington 1020 wants to know, Haleigh, why didn't you tell KC about JC and Brett trying to flip the vote the week before to try and keep yourself safe during her HOH? Do you think that would have done anything?
No. Wait, I'm trying to, the week before her HOH was Tyler's week.
Right. So why didn't you tell Casey about the fact that JC and Brett were trying to flip the vote the week before? Because didn't Brett go to you and kind of say, like, hey, I want to flip the vote? Like that? He didn't go to you?
No, not that I don't remember, because I was sitting next to Fessy.
Right. Barrington, that's a horrible question, Barrington.
Yeah,
you are
no.
wrong, sir.
No, it's not wrong. I'm trying to think of what, it was such a long summer. I'm trying to think, I don't remember what exactly, I don't remember that ever happening. Brett and I talked so much, though. It definitely could have been a conversation.
Barrington is saying, Brett and JC went to you in the geometry room to tell you about flipping the vote.
Did they?
Look, I can barely remember last week as well. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on because we have a lot more questions. Sorry, Barrington.
Sorry, Barrington.
We can barely remember.
Just DM me and we'll figure it out.
You guys will work that one out together. I am Hell of Furu wants to know, what did it feel like to come out of the house and see all of the support that you had on social media? Like for you. Not just
it was yeah. It was absolutely amazing. I was not expecting it at all. I was nowhere near prepared for what I walked into online. But it just felt it was refreshing, because this whole summer I've just felt like there was a weight on my chest, and I was stressed out and didn't know how, America was actually reacting or thinking, and then to walk out to all that support, it was insane to me.
Big Brother Aunt wants to know, I think this might be shady.
Okay.
Big Brother Aunt wants to know, Haleigh, do you nap as much in real life as you did in the Big Brother house?
So the answer to that is yes. I am a professional napper. I try to get one in every day. I just think they're essential in life. And anyone that doesn't agree with that, I don't know how you survive. A lot of coffee.
You need to nap. Napping
everyone needs a nap.
Is important. You're still growing. You definitely need to nap a lot.
My brain's still, exactly.
I forget who said this, but I saw it in the chat and I loved it. It says, it was, Haleigh, you painted a tree when you were in the jury house. Was it just painting a tree, or did it represent anything for you?
So the tree, we have a tree at our campus.
Right.
And I was painting that one. So that's so funny. Yeah.
Campus tree, love it. Destinies and Faute in the chat want to know, the Hive are now lovingly known as one of the more fun alliances, but maybe not the most in tune with what's going on. As a fan of the show, do you embrace this because as fans, we find it so endearing?
Yes. What else is there to do?
Right, what else
embrace
is there
it?
To do?
Yeah, I embrace it fully. I love the Hive. I love all of the people. And if I went back, I would have handpicked the exact same group, knowing how it ended. I'd be like, I love all of you.
I don't want Fessy to be mad at me, but if I had to choose like the sitcom spin-off of the Hive, oh god, because I want to almost go Scottie Haleigh, but I have to think I would go Haleigh Bailey. We need the Leahs.
I love that. The Leahs. Yes.
We kind of need that to be the Hive spinoff.
I love that.
But speaking of Scottie, Max Moore wants to know, how did you and Scottie, or what made you and Scottie bond so well in the house? I loved watching you two together.
Scottie and I would just go off on these random 4-hour conversations, and I wouldn't even know where they were going or what we were talking about. But they would just be great conversation. And Scottie is just a good, genuine person. And we just clicked right off the bat. I love his everything. I love everything about Scottie.
He is the best. And of course,
he really is.
He was on the show the other day. Of course, that's on the website. He had wonderful things to say about you as well.
I love Scottie.
You guys can go check that out. Meg Foley wants to know, how did you feel about Sam's nomination speech when she put you and Caitlyn up?
Boo.
I agree, boo too.
It was... so you have to understand, we had only been in the house at that point for 3 weeks. Only a few weeks.
It was only like 2 weeks, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like, it was very new. Like, we had only been there for a short amount of time. And at that point, when that was her speech, she, all I can think about is my family watching and what they're even going through, what they're thinking. Because she gave no context. She didn't put anything into, like, no one even understood, even in the house, what was going on or where it was coming from. And so I couldn't imagine from a viewer standpoint hearing that speech. I would have questions for sure. So, and that was so early. I'm like, this is the first thing my family's getting to see, So it sucked. It definitely sucked. But she and I had conversations about it, and we cleared it up. It's over. It's done. I didn't appreciate it, but we've moved on.
Good.
So.
A chat room's reminding me, if anybody remembers, Scottie did have a question that he was like, you have to ask Haleigh. And of course, that was just 2 days ago and I don't remember. So if any of you remember what that Scottie question was, go ahead and put it in chat and Lindsay will grab it. Samantha K wants to know, Haleigh, what were you thinking when Rockstar gave Tyler the answer in the Otev comp? And love you, girl.
So I love you too. So I didn't know she gave the answer until we got back into the house.
Okay.
I didn't know any of that occurred because I was so focused on what finding the bottle. I just thought he had beat me. Like, I thought both of them beat me. I was bummed. I was like, maybe Rockstar can pull it out. But we go inside and Fessy tells me. And I was so upset because I knew, I was more upset for Rockstar because I knew, number one, she was going to beat herself up about it.
Right.
And I knew, number two, she was stuck. So, yeah, it killed me. It absolutely killed me. But we all make mistakes, so I get it. I was stressed. There were several times I didn't even know what bottle I was looking for. I was just grabbing bottles and hoping that when I saw the answer, it would come to me. So I get it.
I want to take this question from It's Yo Girl 7 on Twitter. Wants to know, how did you know Tangela was a thing, and if so, when? So maybe she means, did you know they were a thing, and if so, when?
I did. Well, I suspected. I had some suspicions. They slept near each other every night, and then when they had HOHs, it would be kind of similar to how Fessy and I would spend our HOHs, so a lot of time upstairs, coming down late, and so I just picked up on little things, and I noticed they didn't really talk that much throughout the day, which is odd because they're spending so much time together when everyone's sleeping. So, yeah, I just picked up on it. I did.
I got it. Scottie's question that he wanted to know was, Haleigh, why didn't you pick Fessy to play Veto when you were the hacker? He would have won it.
I know. Okay, so at this point, let's backtrack.
Okay.
My state of mind was I did not want anyone to know I was the hacker.
Right.
So all that I was focused on was damage control to make sure no one knew it was me. So, Casey was such a simple choice because she hadn't played in a veto yet, and everyone in the house knew that. So her getting picked couldn't pinpoint anyone. And so I was just real focused about self-preservation. I wasn't even at that point thinking about like what I want to happen. I was just like, I hope no one finds out it's me. And then, the next couple days I'm like, hey, it's me, surprise.
Right. I mean, I feel like you did come back from it well. I mean, it wasn't obviously it did hurt, the game, but I honestly think it went better than it could have, considering house meeting, what came out, all, and everything. But I agree. Also, you don't want to I don't think you ever in the game of Big Brother should risk the life of somebody that you're, basically closest with in the house.
Exactly.
I mean, I love Fessy. I love Fessy. I love you and Fessy together. I think Fessy is
Fessy fitness.
He's another great human being. That being said, I was like, for the love of God, Haleigh, I don't even know how you're getting through to him. So many times
I didn't. I definitely didn't.
So many times you two are on the hammock, and I'm like, just give up, Haleigh. Just go get an ice cream. I think you could distract him with throw a candy bar over there, and just come back in 5 minutes. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Fessy, I'm gonna yell at him tomorrow.
Right. You please give him all of this tomorrow.
Oh, he's getting
it. It's so funny because still today, when he runs into people, they ask him the same questions and why did you do this? Why are you not listening?
Oh, I can't wait.
I did. And I told him, I was like, you should just always listen to me for the rest of forever. Anything.
He should.
Anything.
Well, I pretty much think the man in every relationship should just listen to the woman. Because you're always right.
Never agreed with anything more in my life.
Right. I mean, I'm an expert on heterosexual relationships, so you should totally listen to me.
Okay, perfect.
Angela, oh no, not Angela, darn, where did it go? Oh, Susie A has a question, and she wants to know, Haleigh, do you think that Fessy's trust in JC hurt your game?
I think it definitely had not a negative impact. I think he was a big part of the Scottie move. I really do. And I think a lot of the things, okay, let's start with the veto.
Right.
JC pushed hard for Fessy to not use it. He was adamant about it. He was mad when he did it. And so that's when I knew JC did not have the best interest for me in the game. But yeah, so I think he definitely hurt more than he helped.
Okay. It's just, oh no. Let me take one of her. Let me go from Nat, who wants to know, Haleigh, so many people think that you are beautiful. Mm-hmm. Do you have a modeling agency that you plan to work with now post-season?
I do not. I do not have any of that. I don't even know where you go to get one of those. So no, I don't have one of those.
I don't know where you go to get one of those either.
No, do you go to Walmart? I don't know. You go shopping?
I don't know if Walmart is big on modeling.
Maybe.
Mom of TTT Amelia says, can you tell us what you guys were thinking during the round table and who was being advocated for the most? Okay,
so first of all, none of us were expecting to see Angela.
Really?
Wow. No, I mean, Sam was, but we were not expecting that at all. Uh-huh. So that was crazy. It definitely took all of us back. And then as far as advocating, it's funny because I was really, really supporting Casey. Mm-hmm. And you could tell Angela was definitely supporting Tyler. You could kind of see where everyone was voting and where they weren't. Mm-hmm. So there wasn't one that stood out of the other. The only thing that was interesting to me is JC was just as equally matched for supporters. Right. As Casey and Tyler. Right. So I would be interested to see if it were him and someone else, what would have happened if he would have made it to the final.
Interesting.
Because he had a lot of support too. Right. And all three had support. So it was going to be close, and I knew that.
Haleigh, we have been so engrossed in this, in all of these questions for the moment, I haven't even realized that basically that your hour is up. And normally I'm well aware of that when we get to. So, are you okay staying a little bit while longer and taking some
Yes,
more
I'm
questions from the
perfectly
people?
fine.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so
Hold on one second.
Oh.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, I was actually gonna make a joke about where you were, and then I thought that's probably a bad idea if I said where you were, so I'm not
Yeah,
gonna do
good.
that.
Good call.
Good
Good call.
call. Amy Lee wants to know, you seem to get super close with Angela and Casey at the end of the game.
I did.
Are you still close with them now?
Yeah, I mean, we are good friends. I love both of those people with everything in me. I don't have a bad word to say about either one. And so Casey and I were just talking today. I talked to Angela yesterday. So yeah, I talked to them here or there. I mean, we're just all so overwhelmed right now. It's hard. Like the only people I keep up with on a hourly basis is the Hive, because we have a group message that just annoys me all the time, but I love them.
Well,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. How did the other house guest react? This is M Delighted. I also have to say, every single question that I am reading you, Haleigh, just know that every person, either at the front, middle, or end of it, is like, and I love you, Haleigh. I know that you guys are all putting that into the questions. I'm just like, she knows. They all love you. Everyone is in love with you, Haleigh.
I love you guys.
M Delighted wants to know, how did other house guests react when you and Fessy became the real deal? Like to find out that you guys were.
So Bailey knew. I mean, no one really said anything. Like Brett was like, "I knew it. I knew it." Yeah, no one said anything specific. They just all like kind of laughed, and we went on about our business. But I think everyone kind of assumed or suspected it anyway, so it wasn't like super shocking.
Bill Reality wants to know, did you feel like you had to tiptoe around the house when you were the only remaining Hive member? So did you
Yes.
oh, you did?
Yeah, well, not even tiptoe. I needed to pay more attention to what I was doing with my time, because I really tried. I tried my best to get, more, just integrate myself better with level 6. Of course, I didn't know they were level 6 at the time, but like I tried to work on that relationship with Angela. I tried to work on that relationship with Casey, Tyler, Brett, JC. And I just tried to make sure to pay more attention to where my time was going. And I would make it a goal to spend at least 1 hour with each person that was left. And it was just, I felt more pressure. Not necessarily that I was tiptoeing. I just felt more pressure.
It was just
in
more
the house.
Got it. Let me take this question from Nicole. Was there anything that you found out that happened when you were in the house that like surprised you? So is there anything that happened in the real world that once you got out of the house shocked you to find out?
Not really.
Well, go ahead.
Albums, music.
I'm sorry, what?
The albums that dropped, I was very, very excited about. I heard about Mac Miller. That was very, very sad to me.
Aretha
Because
I think, passed away when you were
I heard about that. I heard about that, but nothing just like, what? That's great. Oh, Alabama beat A&M. So that was like devastating. So I got nothing but bad news.
I expect sports from the guys, Haleigh. Can we please talk house? Scottie was like, this is like when Tim Tebow made, and I was like, what are you saying, Scottie? I don't know. Is it like when Bethany backstabbed Ramona on the house? Because then I understand that reference. I don't get it.
I didn't get any good drama at all.
No, I don't think that there really was any. I mean, well, I can think of one, but we're not going to go there. But other than that one, I don't think there was any really big things. But I was laughing because you said album. I can't do it. It is the biggest joke of these people in this chat room. They make fun of how I say it because I believe now I'm being conscious of it. I believe I say album if I wasn't. Yeah, it's bum. I don't know why the word says like that. Words are hard.
Album.
Um, Kurt wants to know, you said that you were a psychology major. Oh, me too.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh.
pre-med. What
Mm-hmm.
are your plans after you graduate from college?
So they are up in the air right now. I've been going back and forth between a master's and a PhD in psychology.
Right.
So I went pre-med because I was planning on med school. So that's still an option too. I really want to sit down and think about what I want to do with the rest of my life and what's the easiest route to it, because there's so many pros and cons between PhD, med school, masters. So I need to really weigh my options and then just think about like where my life is headed and where I want it to go. So
Right.
everything's so up in the air, nothing's concrete.
It has now been, oh my God, 20 years since I've been in college. I'm willing to give you my major, Haleigh, because I think you can probably carry it on in a way that I could not have. When
Yes.
I wanted to do psychology
Hmm.
of reality TV,
I love that.
and I wanted to be somebody that offered help to reality
I
people when
love
they
that.
got off of these shows, because I think you guys do not get enough help that you need when a show's over.
I would agree. I would agree.
Instead, I created these shows,
I
Haleigh,
love these shows too, though.
and it's so much better. No.
This is basically like a therapy session.
It is like a therapy session, which is
Yeah.
why I'm happy to say, Sam, come on. No. Now, if we could find Sam, I hope Sam does come in here at some point. Sam, I'm looking for you. Call me. I want to take this question. Oh, from Carigo wants to know, Haleigh, have you opened your Big Brother box yet? And if not, will you consider doing it on Instagram Live? You're getting that from a ton of people.
Okay, no, I have not opened my box yet. Someone has to be there to sign, and I missed it today because I was at the mall.
Okay.
So, but I am gonna get it, and I will open it on Instagram Live. I'm excited. I saw Tyler and Angela open theirs. JC, I see everyone getting them, and so I'm really excited.
Oh,
I
that
hope
is gonna
Orwell's
be.
in line.
I would also suggest, if you want to do something great for charity, like pick something from the box when you're doing your
Yeah.
Instagram Live. And I believe like eBay has a real easy option where like you can do it right for charity right on eBay. And I don't
love
know,
that.
it's easy. You just like pick the charity. I don't know. I'm sure
Yeah,
somebody
I love
can help
that.
you with it. But yeah, because I think people would totally love that. When Caitlin told you from chat, when Caitlin told you that she was back during Swaggy, in one word, describe how you felt in that moment. Oh, I wish I had like a beep curse button just so I could beep no matter what you said.
Alarmed.
Alarmed. Okay.
I was alarmed.
Interesting. I like alarmed.
Yes.
If you were allowed, oh, you got this from a lot of people too. If you were allowed to bring one luxury item into the house, but not something to connect you to the outside world, what would it be and why?
One luxury item. Does a cat count?
Sure. I'll allow a cat.
I would take my cat, Scarlett. She would have thrived in the Big Brother house.
Really? Now, do you
Yes.
just have a cat, or do you have a cat and a dog? Or would you call yourself more of a cat person or a dog person?
I'm equally balanced. Yes, I'm equally balanced. Scarlett works with my schedule because she doesn't really have to go outside.
Right.
She'll do it and she likes it, but I don't have to go on these hour and a half long walks with her. So she's just less demanding. Well, okay, she's pretty demanding, but less maintenance.
See, like, as I am working, another one of, like, when I was really focused on psychology, another, like, area that I was really focusing on was literally, are cats from Satan, and why do they want to suck your soul out when you're asleep?
That's fair. That would be a very good book. I would read it.
I'm just saying, I think that they're scary.
She has her moments that she could be a little scary, but not like, oh, I can't go to sleep scary. It's kind of just like, I'm going to push you off of me when you attack me scary.
Do you ever, like, wake up and it's, like, on your chest and, like, pawing at your face because it wants food?
No, she cries. She'll let me know when she's
Okay, so
hungry.
she's a cry. All right, so you got a good one.
Yes.
I mean, people
Yes.
do send me good. People are like, oh, every time I say this, everyone's like, oh, look at my cute little kitten, Eric. Is my
Yeah.
kitten little cute? I was like, just wait until it rips your face off when you're
Yeah, wait
sleeping.
until you go to sleep. I actually, funny story, I did have a cat that would hide on top of the refrigerator and
Oh.
wait until you walked by and attack you from above.
Oh, what a great
So,
animal. Sounds like something I want in my house. Oh, please. You know what a dog does? It licks you and
I
wants to love
know. And
you.
they're always so excited when you come home. And
Exactly.
my cat really doesn't care sometimes.
They
Sometimes she
don't
does.
they don't poop in a box in your closet. You know, stuff like that.
You
Cats.
are a cat
Cat.
hater.
I mean, I try and hide it. Did you like how I started the question?
Yeah, I mean, you
It
sounded
came
like you
out.
were almost open
This is
to
why
cat.
this is why I would not be a good Big Brother player. You had so many people also, and this was one of my burning questions for you, so I'm glad Leela G just reminded me. One of the moments that we heard you talking about so much in the house, both before and after, yet we did not get to see on the show, and you're allowed to talk about it, was your veto speech during Casey's HOH week. We heard that you had like the great poem ready to go,
Yeah,
and it was like the rhymes. So, do you remember any of what it was? Because
I
we all missed.
do.
Dude, what was it?
Did it not show?
Nope. But you are allowed. I did ask you're allowed to talk about. Yeah, no. Oh, just so that you're aware, not only did it not show, nobody's POV speeches showed for the last month. It was
That would
literally
make
always
sense.
just kind of Casey, I feel like, walking in going, I choose not to do the veto and put it down.
Yeah, that would make sense. Some of the speeches were interesting.
I just think it wasn't even that. I mean, no, we were annoyed. We as
Yes,
fans
I
were
remember
definitely
mine.
annoyed. So, okay, so what was
I
it?
don't remember it. Okay.
What was the gist?
Roses are red, violets are blue. I've never met anyone as beautiful as you. The gold on your neck matches the sparkle in your eye. Casey, please use the veto on me or I'm going to cry. And it continued on for like 3 or 4 more lines. And then I ended it with, you will be in my debt. Thank you. Please use it.
Perfect. Now, Haleigh, I need you to do me one favor. I just need you to say my name. Just say Eric.
Okay.
Go ahead. Just say Eric.
Eric.
Thanks. I'm going to now edit that, and you're going to put my name in, and I'm going to try and break you and Fessy up. No, I would never do that to you, Haleigh.
That's so funny.
I mean, I could if I have time in the edit of
Yeah,
this. I
for
might
sure.
work that in. Sam, oh God. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna say, we're never getting to all of these questions. I only want to take a few more because we still have to go to the patron group. I'm gonna take one from Katie, who says, you just need to know that I have been a BB fan my entire life, and you are by far the most beautiful girl to ever play and my most favorite player.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And a lot of people I see also, a ton of people asking, what did you think of the Swaggy and Bailey proposal?
I loved it. I loved everything about it.
Right.
I'm so glad I was there.
My favorite, actually, one of my favorite moments from
When I was
that,
like, turn around.
yes, when Bailey is like turning around and you're like, hello, it's in front of you,
Yeah,
girl.
like, look.
It's over there. The ring's over there. Loved it. Brilliant.
I loved it.
If you, we asked about Amazing Race. People always want to know, would you ever want to do Survivor? Would you ever want to do the challenge?
Oh, I would love all of it. I don't know how good I would actually be at Survivor because, I mean, I'd like to think I can survive in the wilderness, but we would actually have to see on that.
Okay.
I don't know, but that would be fun. Yeah, I'm open to everything. I had such a good experience that I would be open to anything.
Perfect. Spirally wants to know, what was the first thing you did when you got back in the real world?
First thing, well, it doesn't really count because we were in like Vegas. So when I got back here, the very first thing I did was take a nap for all you nap haters.
Right.
And then after I took my nap, my family and I went and watched No, we went and ate, and then we got ice cream, and then my mom and I went and watched a movie. So just very typical day.
What movie? Very important.
That's what I was trying to think of. It was good, but it wasn't like box. It was some random. I
Oh, I
couldn't
thought you
even
were going to
believe it
say
was.
good, not great. I was going to say Ocean's 8.
No, no, no. It was good. It was very good.
Okay, it was
I
good.
can't remember the name. It had four women. I cannot remember.
Haleigh will. This is a
It was good.
We're one question away from all of Haleigh's social media. This is why you need to follow Haleigh on social media, because
Yes.
she will tweet it out when she remembers.
I will tweet it out.
Final question from our town before we crown the #1 fan. Our town wants to know. We like to always end with this one. Is there something that you learned about yourself coming out of this game that you didn't know about yourself before you started playing it?
No,
Oh.
nothing that I learned. I gained a lot. I gained a lot of patience. I gained a lot of perspective. I gained just so much that I could never ask for ever. And I gained a lot. Nothing that I didn't know. I know myself pretty well. I'm pretty in tune with Haleigh and, everything about her. So,
I think that is, like I was saying in the beginning, why a lot of people felt you were such a great player in this game, because I think it really did come across. You were not gonna, you knew you. You were not going to be, manipulated in certain cases by people. Okay, so, like I said, you have thousands of fans here, Haleigh. Thousands
Yay.
of people that are here watching you.
love it.
I want to give you the floor. I want to go back to full screen for you.
okay, I am on it.
To let you address your fans one-on-one without me in the way. What do you want to say to all of your fans, all of the people who support you? The floor is yours.
Awesome. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that's been following, supporting, reaching out. I hear all of you, and the outpour of love and support it's nothing I could ever have asked for. And I'm so grateful. I try so hard to interact and answer each one of your questions, but it's just overwhelming. So I'm trying my best. But thank you so much. I love all of you. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. I started a blog. It's real nice and friendly if you need that in your day. And I'm working on a YouTube channel. So be prepared.
Okay, so let's talk about this now. Let's talk about where people can follow you if they want to keep following you. So now, is your YouTube channel up yet, or you're just working
okay,
on...
so the YouTube channel is up. I'm just working on the first video. Editing is hard. Computers are hard. Yeah. So, it's up. It's just Haleigh Broucher, H. Broucher. I tagged it in on my Instagram. So if you go to my Instagram, you can find all my accounts. And it's just H. Broucher.
Okay, perfect. I also definitely go to Haleigh as a thing to find it. If you're watching this video right now, well, later on, the edited version of this video, the links to all of Haleigh's socials will be below. What about Twitter, where it's right above you?
Yes, there it is.
It is right above you. Instagram, you said is...
It's just H. Broucher.
It's just... Okay, so those are the main
I tried
places.
getting Haleigh Broucher, but that's a whole different story.
You can kidnap, I believe, if you can prove that you're the person, they will take it. In other words, if someone just took it.
Yeah,
you did that?
I sent it in, and I sent a picture of my ID and everything. I just haven't heard back from them. So
okay,
right
perfect.
now it's just H. Broucher.
All right, so people are going to follow you on your social medias.
Yay!
You are going to do an Instagram, opening your box soon. We have the first Haleigh YouTube video coming up. Haleigh. Soon. Thank you so much for taking the time to come here and talk to your fans.
Thanks so much, Eric. I've had so much fun. I didn't even realize what time it was. I've had so much fun.
Well, we're not done. We're going to go over to the patrons. Let me remind...
Perfect.
We got a few more minutes of it, but let me remind everybody, like I said, again, become a fan now so you guys are alerted every time we go live. So Fessy will be here tomorrow night at 7. I'm not sure if it's Tyler and Angela on Wednesday. We're waiting for them to confirm. And then we will have Winston, Brett for the rest of the people this week. But for right now, you need to know it's definitely Fessy tomorrow night at 7 p.m. p.m. Patrons, we are on our way over there. We will see you guys in a minute or two. Congratulations, Jess Rodriguez. You were the #1 fan on this show. Jess, we will follow up with you after to find out if you want a phone call or an autograph. And patrons, we will see you guys in a minute or two. Bye you now. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.